Okay, so what I've done so far is I've taken a clear nail and I've attached it to the finger and I've painted it white, and I've let that sit so you guys don't have to wait for me to paint on this. Now the reason why I left it clear for the nail, I'll show you later on in the video, but I think it's interesting to do it with the clear nails. It kind of gives a different effect, which I'm going to show you. So the first thing we do is we have to put the writing on. And as you may or may not know, it does go on and it's backwards. So just keep that in mind. So you're going to take your rubbing alcohol and you're going to put it on a piece of cloth, or I just have a little cotton swab that I got from Rite Aid, 800 years ago. I'm going to fold it in half and I'm just going to pour some on. And I put quite a bit on. I like to soak it, saturate it, so it's pretty wet. And then I'm going to wrap this on the fingernail after it's dried and make sure it doesn't move. And once I have it wrapped on, I'm going to put it on and I'm going to press on different areas of the nail. That way the transfer works really well. You're just going to press on it just for a few moments, just so you know you can get the ink right on there. Just keep pressing with your finger. I have kind of a long nail, so it's hard to get all of it. That should be good enough. So you're going to take this off. Be careful not to smudge it, especially when you're pressing on it. You're just going to pull it right off like that. That's basically what it looks like. If it's not perfect, it's okay, because nobody's really perfect. And it kind of ruined your piece of paper, so you're obviously not going to use this one again because it won't transfer right. We're going to put that aside. Make sure it's dry. It is. So to get the burned effect, you're going to take a sponge. Now you can keep it whole like this. I think it's easier to break it up. So I'm just going to tear a little piece off of it, if I can. There. A smaller piece to work with. Some people like to use tweezers as well to kind of hold it like that and dab. Either way is easier. If you want to use your fingers, it might just get messy. If you already did your nails, you don't want to get it messy. So this is where the colors come in. I used white as my base color because it's just easier to see with the lettering. What I have on my fingernails right now is like a nude color, like a tan. You can use either one. I've seen some people even use like a light blue or light green. So you're going to take your brown first off and you're just going to unscrew it. And you're going to take it and you're going to put it off on both sides, just wipe it off. And you're going to dab a little bit onto your sponge. Right like that. Ta-da! It's beautiful. And then you're going to start doing like this. And you're just going to sponge it on very lightly. So it kind of looks like that. No, it doesn't really look burned right now. Sometimes less is more. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Right like that. And I'm going to do just another one on top, just as this another example. You don't have to at all. You can do any pattern that you'd like. And you're just going to sponge a little bit more. Little tiny bit. Perfect. And this doesn't have to be perfect either. Excellent. It's working out pretty good. So, on the other side of the sponge, because we don't want to use the same side since that's brown, we're going to pick a different side and we're going to open the black that we have. And we're just going to do the same with that, wipe most of it off. We're going to use a different corner and we're going to dab that on the other side. This one I am going to use tweezers with because I don't want to get black all over my nails. So, with that, just going to dab it on. Not too much. And you're going to dab on the other side too. Just like that. Now once that's done, it's starting to look a little burned, but this is where the clear nail comes in handy. Because now we're going to take our Q-tip and some either acetone or nail polish remover, and we're just going to dip it right in. Make sure it's not dripping if you want to run it across the edge or anything, just so it's not like dripping wet. We're going to take it and we're just going to smudge it like this. Right like that. What's this going to do? It's going to show that clear nail underneath, which gives a really cool effect because it looks like the nail is just gone. Right like that. And if you want to take a little bit more black off, you can rub as much off as you would like. And then for the other side, we're just going to do it again. Same Q-tip, different end of the Q-tip so we're not cross-contaminating. And we're just going to rub that right off. Right like that. So again, on your nail, it's going to look like you have some of that nail showing because that nail is clear. So this is how I like to do it. I love clear nails. I think they're pretty neat. And then, of course, as always, you want to use a top coat. This is my favorite top coat, Sally Hansen gel. It's not necessarily a gel because you don't need the UV light. It works fantastic. It makes everything so much better. You're just going to slide that. It's all shiny, all perfect. Your very own nail. And that is the burned newspaper look. Tell me what you think.